Episode 2.
No.
Part 2.
Part 2 of episode 13.
V8. V8. Okay. Episode 13, part 2.
Yes.
But like we're talking about, Bountiful Glory was a great pay-per-view. One adage I put on there was Kevin Nash wrestled his last match. Now, either was his last match DNA or just his last wrestling match, period. So I want to take this part and kind of just give you the knowledge of Kevin Nash's wrestling career.
As well as we can remember it.
Yeah. But I'm sure you can pop in the DVDs and look it up more. But apparently, from what we saw, Kevin Nash got to start in the early WCW. First as Oz. A takeoff the Wizard of Oz.
A really bad gimmick.
Really bad. Even William Regal said that, I think.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my
god.
No,
I think Kevin said that. And then he had Vinny Vegas.
Now that's where that's where his comedy side came out.
He also got the talk, which is important.
Yeah, it's important in wrestling. See, just go out there and wrestle, that's one thing, but you've got to have a voice, the mic skills. If you don't have mic skills, you can't have, 1 out of 2 or 2 out of 3. You just got to have all 3 of how many there are. You got to have a good look. You have to be able to talk. You have to be able to work. So that's that's the top 3 right there. You can't have 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3. You got to at least have 3 out of 3 to make it.
Magnum TA did. Yeah,
Arn Anderson said it best.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But then, as everyone probably knows, as far as the mainstream, Kevin Nash went into WWF as Diesel.
Shawn Michaels' bodyguard.
Yeah.
Who didn't get really that much time to talk at first because, Shawn, as we all well know, he did enough talking.
He was brash and arrogant.
Yeah, he could talk by.
Yeah, and plus Diesel as the bodyguard, usually bodyguards don't really talk that much.
No.
They kind of come on, protect the guys. But then he got into wrestling a bit, helping Shawn Michaels against Razor, Ramon, Scott Hall, and eventually, when it came to Diesel going off on his own, it was Survivor Series 1994.
He and Shawn were tag team champions for a good hot minute.
Yeah, but there were instances where Shawn Michaels, accidentally super kicked Diesel. Once, twice, Diesel kind of shrugged it off. But Survivor Series 1994, when he did it again, Diesel's like, screw this, enough, I'm taking your head off to Shawn Michaels. Mm-hmm. And then, a few nights later, he beat Bob Backlund after Backlund won the championship.
But did he win the IC before he won the...
He was a tag team and IC champion before that. He beat Razor for that IC title.
Yeah.
Then him and Shawn were tag team champions. And then, it was after Survivor Series, after Bob Backlund won the WWE title for a second time.
From Bret Hart.
Yeah. It was at Madison Square Garden. Diesel, within 8 seconds, got the title. So, and then he went on to be a champion for a good year.
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
8 seconds he got it.
Yeah.
And he also ended up...
I think he was... he was the second guy, I think, to become a Triple Crown winner.
Yes.
Because Bret Hart was first.
But also, he was one of the 2 guys, and we've mentioned this before in a couple of videos, and Shawn knows exactly where I'm going to go with this. The infamous Madison Square Garden.
The Click.
The Click, and the Curtain Call.
Curtain Call, oh man.
Mm-hmm. It was when Shawn, I'm sorry.
Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were leaving.
Kevin and Scott were leaving to go to WCW, and we all know what happened there.
Yeah. The thing is, but it was well explained in a backstory as to what was going to happen and how it happened.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, Vince was, I guess, okay with it. Maybe not. But all in all, it was controversy, and somebody in the audience videotaped it. I guess that's why they don't allow video cameras in arenas anymore. It's probably that reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kevin Nash was, champion. Him and Shawn Michaels became tag champions again in 95. And then, let's say Kevin Nash left, went to WCW as part of the Outsiders with Scott Hall.
Great tag team.
Great tag team. But the angle of it was
supposedly
an invasion of WWE guys into WCW. But it turned out, woo-wee.
Bash at the Beach.
Bash at the Beach, 1996, in Daytona, we've mentioned this before, was a formation of the NWO with the third man being Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
But now it's like this.
Yeah, but that night was instrumental in taking WCW to that next level.
Yeah.
Make sure I don't hit that fan.
Yeah.
Ow. That it hurts.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, NWO, that part right there, you know, Hogan turning heel was monumental, especially in the 90s. You know.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
You know, but we've also
everybody thought, like, you know, this is gonna be the end of everything.
Yeah, but also in our WCW edition that we cut, a video that we cut, we mentioned that at one point in time in WCW, Hogan had no traction, none whatsoever. He was spinning his wheels and digging into the mud.
Yeah.
No one wanted to see him.
World titles, none.
You know, people were like, "Fuck you, fuck the prayers, fuck the vitamins. We don't want to hear that shit
Fuck red and
anymore."
yellow.
You know,
It's like Hogan's like, fuck this.
I know that's the part. You know, and then you also have in the WWF they brought up Stone Cold, and Austin is what people wanted to see.
Yeah.
But, and
also, but the main idea was it wasn't Hogan's idea to do the heel turn.
Bischoff. Which he stole that idea from Japan. We'll get into Japan a little later on down the road.
Yeah, we gotta definitely do a Japan show.
Mm-hmm.
But so Kevin Nash, Hogan, Hall form NWO. They go on this tirade, taking over tag team titles with Scott Hall. Great tag team, Scott Hall with the Nash and Hall. And then
God, did they make some money though?
A little bit of rift, and Kevin Nash wanted to form the Wolfpack. Oh,
it was him and Sting,
Lex Luger, Conan, Macho Man,
Luger.
Enough said.
Yeah.
But then Kevin Nash went on to break Goldberg's undefeated streak at Starrcade '98.
He became a champion like a good 2 times?
2 or 3 times, yeah.
2 or 3 times, yeah. A WCW champion.
Then and also the backstory, he also took over as the Booker.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that kind of.
Yeah.
But then fast forward.
He would show up again in WWE
as an NWO member.
As NWO.
But that didn't last that long.
I do have to say one thing. He did do one thing in WWF before he left that Shawn and I have to say thank you for. You brought Shawn Michaels back. Thank you. Now, granted, Shawn came back as a member of NWO, but
he came back. Yeah, thank God.
And now he's retired. So thank you, Shawn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you for keeping your commitment.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
But anyway, so the thing was, but after Shawn Michaels came back, Nash tore his quad.
Yep.
Shades of Triple H. Then he comes back, 03, had a little bit of run with Triple H.
Hair versus hair match with
Jericho. Cut his hair, had dyed blonde, but if y'all saw The Punisher movie, y'all know why he did that.
Yeah.
So, but then he leaves, and it goes to TNA, Victory Road 2004, TNA's first pay-per-view shows up, and forms the Kings of Wrestling with Jeff Jarrett and Scott Hall.
The only Kings of Wrestling I like are
ROH.
Yeah, ROH, Claudio Castagnoli, and Chris Hero.
There you go. So Nash, but that didn't last long. Goes against Jarrett. He's become a little, fan favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like showing up off and on, getting injured, all this stuff. But he comes back, mainly in 06, and I said 06.
06.
He wants to go on this thing against the X Division. He has Alex Shelley by his side, which I think helped Shelley a bit.
I think it helped him quite a bit.
And then, I remember Bound for Glory 2006, Kevin Nash has X Divisional Invitational. It had so many words I can't even say it. And that's when Austin Aries came out as Austin Starr. Stupid gimmick.
Stupid, retarded gimmick for such an incredible wrestler.
Yeah.
And he also had Zach Gowen. Now, if you guys don't know who Zach Gowen is, this kid is, amazing.
He has one leg.
He has one leg.
Lost to cancer.
But
he wrestles.
He does.
On one leg.
Yeah.
And what he does on Yay.
It's just...
Pop in, if you have SmackDown 10th anniversary, pop that in. You'll find out. You'll find him.
Yeah, it was amazing because I remember he did work a match, and I remember they did a shot. It was in a singles match. Zach was, and when he won, the entire crowd kind of stand up, gave him a standing O. But I remember this to this day. There was a girl who stood up, and she was emotional. She was, I mean, she was clapping, but she was emotional. So,
but then when
he got over.
When he won that match to get a contract, he went to the aisleway. The fans were embracing him.
Yeah,
I was like, you did it, stuff like that.
The underdog story,
that's the ultimate underdog.
Yeah, I mean, But getting back to Big
Kevin
Kev.
Nash, sorry, Kev. So he sticks to TNA for good bit, and then later on down the line, he's siding with Samoa Joe, kind of get him amped up. But then, like you said,
Main Event Mafia.
That was genius, I think. Main Event Mafia, Kevin Nash, Kurt Angle, Booker T, Scott Steiner eventually.
Scotty Steiner.
And then, did I say Sting already?
No.
Whatever.
Booker T, Big Kev,
Angle,
Booker
T,
and
Steiner.
Steiner.
Anyway, it was basically a faction of former world champions.
All the men in there had been champions multiple times.
Like over, I don't know how many world title wins they had.
13 at least,
13 with Angle, 6 with Booker, 9 or 10 with Sting, 2 or Steiner. Gosh, see so many to count. You can't. But that lasted about a good year. And then that kind of drifted off. And then Nash was
everybody started leaving.
Yeah, Booker was getting left, and Steiner was doing what the hell ever he does, mouthing off probably. And I don't know.
Scott Steiner versus the English language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's pretty much almost Scott Steiner versus everybody he was looking at. But, so Nash then just shows up doing stuff, and then recently, sided with Sting with this whole controversy thing. Or deception.
Which we found out about tonight.
Yeah. But the thing is, what's funny though, Sting and Nash didn't come out in that celebration of Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
What was odd about that? Jarrett did, but Sting and Nash didn't. They knew. I think
this thing runs way deeper than we think.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll find out.
Yeah.
Or we'll probably read about it.
Kevin Nash, thank you.
Kevin Nash, we applaud you. Sucks you're going, but I think it's kind of good timing. But you need it, And Shawn Michaels has said it on Reddit. You deserve a break. You need a break.
A break because he is his knees especially. I'm sure
like 14 surgeries on his knees.
Yeah,
because that's tough for a tall guy.
And
so, but Kevin Nash, thank you for giving us some memories.
So many memories.
Yeah.
I don't think anything. I mean, no one's going to forget the NWL. I don't think
nobody will. Nobody will.
And Sean and I have stated before, and we're going to state it over and over again, that we think the greatest version of the NWL was the original 3. Very much so.
Oh.
Because that was different. It was unique, and
it was anti-traditional.
But factions in wrestling didn't really happen until Four Horsemen. We've already talked about factions.
Yeah.
But
if you don't know what we're talking about, go back.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I want to also say that I also said that if Mickie James does show up in the TNA, it's going to validate
women's division.
With that women's division.
It will. It will eventually.
And I think what's also going to happen with this is, I think Jeff's going to go to another level. I think this is going to go.
This will elevate him, right?
Yeah, I think this will help elevate him to a completely different. He's working with Hulk Hogan
and Bischoff.
I mean,
he's on the higher ups now.
I mean, he was here. Now he's way.
And he's working with the founder too.
Yeah, and I think that this is going to be something where they can.
I just want to know what Dixie's going to do.
He's just going to, fuck you, and just, I can.
I just want to know what Dixie's going to do now.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great because.
I'll see what she says say on Facebook.
Now here I am. Here he is. He's tattooed. He paints his face.
Dyes his hair. Wears neon shirts.
The
kids love him.
Not so much anymore.
No.
No, the piercings. He doesn't look like what a prototypical
wrestler looks like.
Champion looks like.
So this will be different. We'll
have fun.
We'll see what happens in weeks to come, leading up to Turning Point next pay-per-view. So part 2 is done. It may come back for part 3. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll find out.